Hey there, human anatomy and physiology students. I'm going to walk you through our little oximeter blood oxygen and heart rate activity that we're going to do today. You're going to need to make two tables in your notebook, which I provided examples of on the actual Canvas instructions assignment, so just look there on those. You're going to need to draw those in your notebook and give them each a title. There's activity 1, resting, and activity 2, exercise. You're going to be collecting data on the timing, your heart rate in beats per minute, your oxygen level in SpO2, and the actual activity you were doing. And you'll get that data from your oximeter here. If you don't have your oximeter, don't worry, just skip the oxygen level part. You can just leave that blank or say not available. And you can still do all the same exercises, follow the same instructions, but instead of using the oximeter to get your heart rate, just find your pulse. Good spot is underneath your chin here, right in your neck, or you can feel it here in your wrist. Just count for 15 seconds and then multiply that number by 4. That'll give you your beats per minute. So first you're going to be resting, which means I want you to walk around for 1 minute and then take your first oximeter reading and note that down in the activity 1 table that you made in your notebook. Again, remember your oximeter, if you have the one that we recommended you order on Amazon, is going to give you the O oxygen number on the top and your heart rate on the bottom. Heart rate does tend to vary quite a bit, so I would just go ahead and read whatever the first number is that you see. It's usually a good thing to do. So after 1 minute of walking around, take your first oximeter reading, then set a timer for 5 minutes, lie down, relax, think nice thoughts, try to focus on breathing deeply and slowly. And at the end of 5 minutes, take another oximeter reading, note it down on your activity 1 table, then get up and walk around again for 1 more minute and take 1 more oximeter reading. So that's 7 minutes total that you'll have data for and 3 measurements over those 7 minutes. Okay, then take a seat. This next one is exercise. What I'd like you to do is sit for 1 minute, contemplate your existence, take an oximeter reading. Then you need to do 1 minute of intense exercise, kind of like what we did with the earlier flip grid. You could do jumping jacks, burpees, you can run up and down stairs, you can run outside, you can do sit-ups, push-ups. Please be safe, okay? There's no need to really rush it. You're just trying to get your breathing up, so make sure you're not injuring yourself. If you start to feel faint, just stop. If you're already injured in some way, don't push yourself to do something you shouldn't be doing. This is just meant to be some silly exercise. You can even just walk around a little more faster, would be just as effective. Point is, after 1 minute of pretty hard exercise, take your oximeter reading again, and then you're going to take another oximeter reading every 30 seconds. So just keep resetting your timer every 30 seconds, or just let it time it every 30 seconds roughly. I know the timing won't be perfect, that's okay. Take an oximeter reading. Once you've gotten all your data, it's time to graph. I want you to draw 2 graphs on a new page in your notebook, and it should look something like this. I have instructions there as well, but the first one, activity, is resting. I recommend making every 2 squares 1 minute on the bottom because we did 7 minutes total. And then the range for beats per minute is going to depend on you. Don't start with 0. I would find a range that's going to fit yours well. My lowest I ever saw was probably in the 60s, and the highest was in the 90s. So 50 to 100 beats per minute is going to work well for the resting exercise. And what that should look like is you're going to graph wherever you started, right? So I was probably around 70 or so. For that first minute, that's just a flat line. And then whatever you might have dropped down to, I think I dropped down to about 62 maybe. It wasn't that impressive. Draw a straight line down to that. Please use a ruler. Don't model what I'm doing. And then when you walk around again, maybe it shot back up again. So you should have some kind of roughly V-shaped line there. For the exercising, it's going to look a little different. Again, you're going to draw a flat line for your sitting position. Again, I was probably around 70 or so for sitting. And then after 2 minutes of exercise, you should see a huge jump. I think I jumped to about 156. Whoop, like that. And then just take your measurements right every 30 seconds. You should see a rough kind of drop. Might even spike up towards the end. I actually raised up a little bit towards the end, but you should have more of like a pyramid structure on that one. So once you have the data collected and the graphs made, you can work on the quiz that's on Canvas where you're going to be submitting a lot of this and answering some questions. Thanks.